The dark truth. Why your brain is wired to fear the darkness. It's a fear so universal, it's woven into the fabric of childhood. It's the reason we check under the bed and inside the closet. It's the quickened heartbeat when the hallway light is off and the sprint to the safety of your blankets. The fear of the dark. But what if I told you this isn't just a childish phase or a sign of weakness? What if I told you that this deep-seated anxiety is one of humanity's oldest, most hardwired survival mechanisms? That when you're lying in bed, heart pounding at a strange sound in the night, you're not being irrational. You're listening to the ancient whispers of your ancestors' most successful survivors. Welcome. Today, we're turning off the lights to see this fear clearly. We're diving into psychology, neuroscience, and the deep evolutionary history of why humans fear the dark. Part 1. Dispelling the myth. It's not about the darkness itself. Let's start by clearing up a major misconception. We say we're afraid of the dark, but that's not quite accurate. Think about it. Have you ever been afraid of a dark room in the middle of the day with sunlight streaming through the curtains? Probably not. The darkness itself, the mere absence of photons, isn't the trigger. What we're truly afraid of is the unknown, the uncertainty that darkness conceals. Darkness is the ultimate curtain. It robs us of our primary, most trusted sense, vision. For a visual species like us, that's a profound loss. In the light, we can assess, identify, and evaluate. We can see a friend, a piece of furniture, a harmless cat. In the dark, that friendly shape becomes ambiguous. That creak of the floorboard is untraceable. Our brain, which craves patterns and predictability, is suddenly starved of data. And into that vacuum of information rush our most primal instincts. Darkness transforms the familiar into the potentially threatening. Your laundry pile isn't a laundry pile anymore. It's a lurking form. The shadow of a tree branch outside your window isn't a plant. It's a reaching hand. The fear isn't of the dark, but of what our mind, left without its visual anchor, imagines could be within it. Part 2. Our evolutionary legacy. Why it's so deeply ingrained. To understand why this happens, we have to go back, way back, far before electric lights, before candles, before even fire was fully mastered. For the vast majority of human history, night was a time of genuine life-or-death danger. We were not the apex predators in that environment. We were prey. Saber-toothed cats, giant hyenas, wolves, and other nocturnal hunters were at their peak advantage in the dark. Their senses were tailored for it. Ours were not. For our ancestors, venturing into the dark wasn't scary. It was often fatal. So, evolution favored the cautious. The individuals who felt a deep unease, a compelling urge to seek shelter and safety as dusk fell, were the ones who survived to pass on their genes. The overly curious or fearless ones, their lineages were more likely to end abruptly. This is called preparedness theory. We are evolutionarily prepared to fear stimuli that posed a persistent threat throughout our history. Spiders, snakes, heights, and darkness. Our brains come with a kind of pre-installed software that flags these things as danger, much faster and more potently than modern threats like cars or electrical outlets, which we have to learn to fear. The fear of the dark is a legacy. It's a ghost of memory passed down not through stories, but through DNA. That chill you feel is the echo of a successful survival strategy millions of years in the making. Part 3. The neuroscience of fear, the amygdala, hippocampus, and your mind's eye. Now let's bring this into the modern lab and look at the hardware. When you're in a state of fear, including the sustained, low-grade anxiety of a dark, unfamiliar place, two key parts of your brain take center stage, the amygdala and the hippocampus. The amygdala is your brain's alarm system. It's fast, emotional, and crude. Its job is to scan the environment for threats, and if it detects one, to trigger the fight or flight response. Adrenaline, heightened senses, rapid heart rate. In the dark, with limited visual input, the amygdala is on high alert, interpreting ambiguous stimuli as potential threats. It's screaming, "I can't see. This could be bad." Meanwhile, the hippocampus, which is crucial for forming memories and spatial navigation, is struggling. In a well-lit room, your hippocampus helps you create a cognitive map. You know where you are in relation to the door, a table, the window. In pitch blackness, that map disintegrates. You become disoriented. This loss of spatial awareness compounds the fear. You're not just vulnerable to external threats. You've lost your internal sense of place. And here's the crucial part. Your brain's visual cortex doesn't just shut off when it gets no input. It starts to generate its own. In the absence of real visual data, it pulls from memory, emotion, and expectation to fill in the blanks. This is why we see things in the dark. The mind is a powerful simulator, and when it's running on fear, it simulates worst-case scenarios. That combination, a hyperactive amygdala, a disoriented hippocampus, and an imaginative visual cortex, is the perfect neurological storm for fear. Part 4. Childhood Development and the Power of Culture. This wiring isn't fully active at birth, which is why very young infants aren't typically afraid of the dark. The fear usually emerges between the ages of 2 and 6. Why? This is when a child's imagination explodes, but their ability to distinguish fantasy from reality is still shaky. They now have the cognitive tools to imagine monsters, but not the critical thinking to reliably dismiss them. The darkness becomes a blank canvas for their burgeoning and often scary, imaginative creations. It's also a time of growing independence, like sleeping alone, which can naturally provoke anxiety. Darkness amplifies that separation, and culture pours fuel on this innate fire. We are storytelling creatures. From campfire ghost stories to blockbuster horror films, we have learned to associate darkness with menace, with the supernatural, with evil. Think about it. In almost every story, when does the villain strike? When does the haunting happen? At night, in the dark. Our media and folklore consistently reinforce the idea that darkness equals danger. So our evolutionary predisposition is powerfully reinforced by a lifetime of cultural conditioning. It's a 1-2 punch of nature and nurture. So, the next time you feel that old familiar dread creeping in as you turn off the light, pause for a moment. Recognize it for what it is, a profound and ancient echo. It's the voice of countless ancestors who chose the safety of the fire, the security of the cave. It's not a flaw. It's a feature, a deeply ingrained piece of your humanity. You can thank that instinct for your existence. And then, with that understanding, you can choose to gently reassure that ancient part of your brain. You are safe. The night is still a time of mystery, but now you understand the source of that mystery. It's not just outside, in the shadows. It's inside, in the incredible, survival-driven machinery of your own mind. Thanks for listening. If this exploration of the mind lit a light bulb for you, feel free to share your thoughts below. Until next time, take care.